Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadanti Supadandikam Eham Shri Gurum Shri Udapatakamadam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sagana Raghunatham Vidam Tam Sajivam Tadvedam Savadudam Parijana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shivishakam Vidam Sha Ye Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namostude Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Mancha Kalpata Rubesha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Budale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Dhanamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prajarine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktarvrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hari Om Tat Sat Hare Krishna. So welcome all the devotees for today's Bhagavad Gita class. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 7, text 26. Vedaham samatitani vartamanani cha arjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kashana. Arun Prabhu, Mataji.
Vedaham samaditani vartamani cha arjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaschana.
Translation. O Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me no one knows.
Haribol. O Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me no one knows. So Lord Krishna is specifying this, emphatically that he knows past, present, and future. But me, that means Supreme Lord Krishna, no one knows him completely. We may know him to a certain extent from the revealed scriptures and from the saintly personalities, acharyas, but we don't know him fully. Okay, but Lord knows past, present, and future of all of his creation, because he is the source of all creations. A person who has created should know everything, isn't it? In and out of everything. That's why he is telling this, emphasizing on this point that he knows past, present, and future, all that has happened, all that is happening, and all that are yet to come. Here, the question of personality and impersonality is clearly stated. If Krishna, the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, were Maya, material, as the impersonalists consider him to be, then like the living entity, he would change his body and forget everything about his past life. Anyone with a material body cannot remember his past life, nor can he foretell his future life, nor can he predict the outcome of his present life. Therefore, he cannot know what's happening in past, present, and future. Unless one is liberated from material contamination, he cannot know past, present, and future. So Prabhupada in the purport is clarifying this point that a person, especially we are all persons. When we leave this body, we are avyakta. Why we are called Vyakti? Because we are Vyakta. Okay, you and I can see each other. Vyakta. Avyakta means cannot see, unmanifested. So we are in the manifested stage now. That's why we are called Vyakti. Okay, so he is also a Vyakti, but not like us. Our Vyaktitva means our individuality loses the moment we leave this body. Okay, I mean the body means not individuality doesn't lose, identity doesn't lose, but as Atma we are always there. But this material body, as soon as it is perished, we till the time we get another body, we don't know who we were, and once we get the body, we don't know who we were in the past lives also. But if Lord Krishna is also a product of Maya like us. Would you remember his past, present, and future? No. So that means he is a personality, who is not at all connected to material world or Maya. He is above material world, above Maya, above the three modes of material nature. So he is a person. That personality remains always past, present, and future. Not that for this particular time he is God, and after some time he is not God. Does it happen so? For me, for you, for all of us, like that. For this life, I am a human being. My name is so and so. I'm an Indian. I'm white, I'm black, I'm this, that. But it is for a limited time. But whereas Lord Krishna is concerned, he was God, he is God, and he will be God. There is no doubt about it. And that is the reason he knows the past, present, and future. Our knowledge is limited to this particular life. We don't know the past life, and we don't know what will be the future life also. Even the present life, we don't know fully. What to speak of fully present life? We don't know what exactly at morning 7 o'clock we did. Do you remember what exactly at 7 o'clock this morning we did? No. So that's our intelligence. That's our knowledge. So our knowledge, our intelligence, and all that we know about our life is very, very, very limited. Although we claim that we know so many things, I am this, I am that, but no, just if you ask a simple question, as yesterday at this point of time, what you are doing, nobody can say. So that is our knowledge. So there's a lot of difference between us and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because of this.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji, please.
Prabhuji, I'm leaving and I'm rejoining again because I think my network is not good.
Okay, no problem. Please.
Your sound is breaking.
Okay. Please rejoin that. Okay. So Krishna is not like us, and that is the reason Prabhupada is emphasizing here. He is not a product of Maya, as the impersonalists claim. Krishna has taken the form. He is subordinate to Maya. Maya is original. Maya means the energy. Shakti is original. Okay, and he is a product of that Shakti. So when he comes under the subjugation of Maya, he is definitely, coming under Maya and under the three modes of material nature, and he will be subjected to forget the past, and he will not be able to remember the future also. Okay. Unlike the ordinary human being, Lord Krishna clearly says that he completely knows what happened in the past, what is happening in the present, and what will happen in the future. In the 4th chapter, we have seen that Lord Krishna remembers instructing Vivaswan, the sun god, millions of years ago. Krishna knows every living entity because he is situated in every living being's heart as the spirit soul, super soul. Okay, so in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna himself says in the 4th chapter, what he says, that he has instructed this imperishable knowledge to Vivaswan, the sun god. So if he forgets about his past, how can he say that he has instructed some billions and billions years before this imperishable knowledge to Vivaswan? It's not possible. So from that, we have to understand that he is not a person like us. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead who knows everything. Everything that is happening in the creation, in every atom, what is happening in the creation, because he is there as super soul Paramatma in each and every atom. So that's the reason Prabhupada says that he is not a product of Maya. He is the master of Maya. From him Maya comes, and as per his will, Maya plays different role. Maya is, under the control of Lord Krishna, not that Krishna comes under the control of Maya. Maya is nothing but his own external energy, and she obeys the instruction of Krishna. Whatever Krishna says, she obeys. Now we understand who is superior, Shakti or Shaktiman?
Prabhu.
Shaktiman, right? Okay. That's why in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord also said, Maya Adhyakshena Prakriti. Maya Adhyakshena Prakriti. Who is Prakriti here? Maya, his own external energy. So under my supervision, Suyate Sacharacharam. Okay. Maya Adhyakshena Prakriti, Suyate Sacharacharam, Etu Nanena Kaunteya, Jagat Viparivartade. Okay. So this material nature of mind is under my subjugation, under my jurisdiction, under my control. So it's very clearly. So we have to understand from this that he knows the past, present, and future, and he is the source of everything. Everything emanates from him. He is not under anyone. So the Shakti that emanates from him cannot cover him unless he wants to be covered. Okay? Unless he wants to be covered. Isn't it? If he is with his sweet will, everything can happen. The Maya cannot control Lord. Okay, as some of the school of thoughts teaches, especially the Mayavada philosophy, because they teach, Krishna is also when he comes under the material world under the subjugation of the energy, the Shakti, the Maya, but it is not so. Different slokas in Bhagavad Gita very clearly, very emphatically states that. Not only Bhagavad Gita, any Vedic literature you take, it directs to that. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So Param Krishna and Ishvara is Param Krishna, Supreme. Okay. Sarva, he is the cause of all causes. So when Brahma says that he is the cause of all causes, how can we understand? How can we take the Mayavada philosophy that Krishna is a product of Maya? It is not possible. So here again to stress that point. Okay. To reiterate that point, Prabhupada is telling that he has given this knowledge to Vivasu and the sun god millions of years ago. Krishna knows every living entity because he is situated in every living being's heart as a super soul. But despite his presence in every living entity as super soul and his presence as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the less intelligent, even if able to realize the impersonal Brahman, cannot realize Sri Krishna as Supreme Person. Certainly, the transcendental body of Sri Krishna is not perishable. He is just like the sun, and Maya is like the cloud. Okay, in the material world, we can see that there is sun and that there are clouds and different stars and planets. The clouds may cover all these in the sky temporarily, but this covering is only apparent to our limited vision. So Prabhupada has given an example here. Lord Krishna is like sun and Maya is like clouds. The clouds can block the light of the vision to a certain time temporarily. Okay, and it's not that cloud is blocking, it is blocking our vision. It cannot block the sun, but it is blocking our vision. That's all. The sun, moon, and stars are not actually covered. Okay, they are not covered. Similarly, Maya cannot cover the Supreme Lord. By his internal energy, he is not manifest to less intelligent class of men. So, to non-believers, to atheists, he is not revealed, he is not visible. As it is stated in the 3rd verse of this chapter, out of millions and millions of men, some try to become perfect in this human form of life. And out of thousands and thousands of such perfected men, hardly one can understand what Lord Krishna is. Okay. So which is that verse it is referred here? Which is that verse? Out of thousands and thousands of such perfect, and which is that verse? Anyone remembers?
Bahunam janam vanti.
Manushyanam sahasreshu.
Oh.
Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit etati siddhaye etadam api siddhanam kaschit mam veti tattudaha. So this is what it is said here. Okay. But it said out of thousands and thousands of such perfected persons. So out of millions and millions of men, some try to become perfect in this human form of life. And out of thousands and thousands of such perfected men, hardly one can understand what Lord Krishna is. Even if one is perfected by realization of impersonal Brahman or localized Paramatma, he cannot possibly understand Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, without being in Krishna consciousness. So to know Krishna as he is, one has to take up Krishna consciousness. So this is what the brief of this verse. So any comments or any questions? Hare Krishna.
No, Prabhu.
Mataji?
We'll go to the next one, Prabhu.
Okay, so we'll go to the next 27.
Yes, Prabhu.
Icha desha samuthena dvandamohena bharata sarva bhutani sammoham sarge yanti parantapa. Mayuri Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
इच्छा द्वेष समुत्थेन द्वन्द्वमोहेन भारत सर्वभूतानि सम्मोहं सर्गे यान्ति परन्तप.
Translation.
Translation Prabhuji. Yeah,
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी,
Hare
धन्यवाद
Krishna.
प्रणाम प्रभु। कौन सा? O citizen of Bharata, O conqueror of foe, all living entities are born into delusion, bewildered by the delusions arisen from the desire and hate.
Very good. O son of Bharata, O conqueror of the foe, all living entities are born into delusion, bewildered by dualities arisen from desire and hate. So the real constitutional position of the living entity is that of subordination to the Supreme Lord, who is pure knowledge. When one is deluded into separation from this pure knowledge, he becomes controlled by the illusory energy and cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The illusory energy is manifested in the quality of desire and hate. Due to desire and hate, the ignorant person wants to become one with the Supreme Personality, Supreme Lord, and envies Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pure devotees who are not deluded or contaminated by desire and hate can understand that Lord Sri Krishna appears by his internal potencies, but those who are deluded by duality and nescience think that Supreme Personality of Godhead is created by material energies. This is their misfortune. Such deluded persons symptomatically dwell in dualities of dishonor and honor, misery and happiness, women and man, good and bad, pleasure and pain, etc., thinking this is my wife, this is my house, I am the master of this house, I am the husband of this wife. These are the dualities of delusion. Those who are so deluded by dualities are completely foolish and therefore cannot understand Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna. So what do you understand, Sachi Mataji, from this? So yes, explain.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, we are not this body.
In one word. So we can go to the next one.
No, the actual tendency of us is like we are trying to lord it over the material nature, Prabhu. All of us. So, but actually we are Dasa Anudasa. We are forgetting that and we are trying to lord it over the material nature. Because we are deluded and because of that delusion we are bewildered.
So why we are deluded?
Because we are in that dvandva. We are thinking like,
Now, what makes us to undergo in this, the delusion or bewilderment?
our thought only, Prabhu. We think we are everything. We are the master. We don't want to be subordinate to anyone.
Okay. Yes, add, no problem, please.
He's not helping me.
If I know, I would have helped there.
Any other points? Parag Prabhu Mataji? You are on mute.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Nothing to add, Prabhu.
Eh?
Nothing to add, Prabhu. Thank you.
As Mataji rightly said, we think that we are the boss. Okay. And because of desire and hate, I like certain things, I don't like certain things. Okay. Because of this dvanda, duality. And because we think that this body is there forever, permanently. Although we know theoretically that it is not going to last for, after a few years, we have to leave the body. This is a fact. Everyone knows. Whether you are a believer of God or not, everyone. But still, our living is on this basis. We lead our life on this basis. Although we know very clearly that we are not going to live for more than 50 years, 60 years, 100 years, 120 years. Okay, let's take 150 years. We have to leave the body. So although we know we are not living there for eternally in this body, but still we are living our life on that basis, thinking that this is my property, this is my husband, this is my wife, this is my children, this is my country. These are the basis on which we all live. And we conduct our life in such a way, under this desire and hate. Okay, dvanda. So those who know this perfectly, they will be above this dvanda moha. Okay. What is that verse in 15th? 15th chapter, there's a verse, right? I forgot. Vinir Mukta, what is that? Yeah, what is that verse starting? Fourth, I think. 15:4. Nirmana moha jidasanga dosha adhyatmanava vinivirta kama dvande vimukta sukha dukkha samnet gacchantya muda padam avyayam tat. Okay, without expecting any respect. Okay, without nirmana moha jida sanga dosha. Okay, without any duality, and without any envy or without any fear, all this dvanda, good and bad, victory and failure, those who are free from such thing, they can attain the param avyam, the inexhaustible, indestructible abode of the Supreme Lord. Okay, here, because we think, I am the basis of everything, I am the boss, I am the master, I am the controller, I am the enjoyer. In that way we are living. As long as we have that, we feel that we are independent, we are not dependent on anyone, so we'll have this dvanda. So, and because of that, we envy Krishna's position also. We envy Krishna's position also. So one has to come out of this enviousness towards Krishna and the contamination of, desire and hate. So that is what it is. So these are the dualities of delusion. Okay, those who are so deluded by dualities are completely foolish and therefore cannot understand the supreme personality of Godhead. So as long as we are on this platform of duality, we'll not be able to understand the Supreme Lord as He is. Okay, shall we go to the next? Yesham tu antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvanda moha nirmukta bhajante mam dradavrata. Yes, Dipti Madi Madaji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम
Dana pranam.
येषां त्वन्तगतं पापं जनानां पुण्यकर्मणां त्वत्ते द्वन्द्वमोहनिर्मुक्ता भजन्ते मां दृढव्रता.
Very bold. Translation.
persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, and whose just a second, I'm not able- and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, are freed from the dualities of delusion, and they engage themselves in my service with determination.
Very bold. Persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, are freed from the dualities of delusion, and they engage themselves in my service with determination. So their track record should be clear. Okay, it's nothing, no reactions at all. Here, the actor piously means on a spiritual way. That is, we are not talking about the pious activities from the point of karma kanda, pious and impious activities. So here, the pious means it is spiritual activities which doesn't get any reaction at all, whether good or bad. Okay. So such people who have acted spiritually or piously in the previous lives and in this life, and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, okay, are freed from the dualities. They know who Krishna is, they know who he is or she is. They engage themselves in my service, means in Krishna's service, with determination. So those eligible for elevation to the transcendental position are mentioned in this verse. For those who are sinful, atheistic, foolish, and deceitful, it is very difficult to transcend the duality, desire, and hate. Only those who have passed their lives in practicing the regulatory principles of religion, who have acted piously, and who have conquered sinful reactions, can accept devotional service and gradually rise to the pure knowledge of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So from this we have to understand, who have acted piously and who have conquered sinful reaction can accept devotional service. The person who is on the platform of devotional service, doing devotional service means on the akarma platform. Okay, akarma platform means no reaction, whether good or bad. No, we are not doing anything good or bad. We are doing just activities that are pleasing to Krishna. So there is no reaction of good or bad at all. That's why also can accept devotional service and gradually rise to the pure knowledge of the personality of Godhead. So one has to come to that platform of knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then gradually they can meditate in trance on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the process of being situated on the spiritual platform. So one has to situate himself on the spiritual platform to come out of the dvanda, the duality. So this elevation is possible in Krishna consciousness in the association of pure devotees. For in the association of great devotees, one can be delivered from delusion. So it is possible only we associate with saintly personalities who are following that path. Okay. So when we follow or take association of such devotees, we also imbibe their qualities. Slowly and gradually, we'll come to the pure state of knowledge. It is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam 5.5.2 that if one actually wants to be liberated, he must render service to the devotees. Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahur Vimukte. So here it's stated that if you want to elevate ourselves, advance ourselves, one has to take up the service of devotees, to serve the devotees. No, Mahat means saintly, Sevam, Seva, Dwaram, the opening or the gateway, Ahur Vimukte, the door of liberation. Okay, so the door of liberation will be opened only when we do Mahat Seva. Okay, serving the saintly personalities. But one who associates with materialistic people is on the path leading to the darkest region of existence. Okay, so we have to be very careful here. But one who associates with materialistic people is on the path leading to the darkest region of existence. Tamo Dwaram Yoshidam Sangi Sangam. So those who associate with materially oriented people, they are going just opposite direction, and they are going towards the darkest of the region of existence. And for them, the path leading to that door is open. That is to the hell. Tamo Dwaram Yoshidam Sangi Sangam. All the devotees of the Lord traverse this earth just to recover the conditioned soul from the delusion. So saintly personalities are going as sadhus or mendicants, not for their own, filling their belly. They are not doing that. They are going just to help conditioned soul like us. Of course, nowadays there are so many pseudo transcendentalists, so one has to be very careful. But in the older days, all those mendicants, they are just very, very renounced people. They are welcomed at each and every home. Nowadays, if we say in the gate itself, beware of dog, no entry. So how do we get knowledge from saintly personalities? Even if they want to come and give some good advice, we don't accept them. Now we treat them as beggars. But these personalities are not beggars. They are coming to our house for our benefit. We don't know. But because of so many such pseudo people are there, people are also scared. So that is another thing. So at least when we go to, when we understand that some saintly personalities are there, we should try to take association of such people. So the impersonalists do not know that forgetting their constitutional position as subordinate to the Supreme Lord is the greatest violation of God's law. Unless one is reinstated in his own constitutional position, it is not possible to understand Supreme Personality or to be fully engaged in his stance and loving service with determination. Okay. So any more points from this?
Prabhu, today I was listening to Jagat Sakshi Prabhu preaching, one of this preaching.
Yeah.
There he was mentioning that, while bathing in river Ganga, your sins will go. It will wash away all your sins. And if you bath in Yamuna, your punya karma and your both will. So many people, they don't bath in Yamuna.
Thing is that their pious reactions will go. They won't be able to enjoy. Yes.
Yeah.
So Yamuna takes away both the pious reactions and the impious reaction. And Ganga, that is what is said. So Ganga takes only the sinful reactions. The pious will be there. Pious reactions will be there. That's what he was explaining that. Who is Yamuna? Whose sister?
Yamaraj.
Yamaraj's sister. Whose daughter?
Sun.
Sun God.
Sun God.
So 29. Jara marana mokshaya mama shritya yadanti ye te brahmadad vidhu krishnam adhyatmam karma chakhilam. Radha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Just now I got an opportunity to join your class, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please recite, Mataji.
Prabhu, I do not have anything in my hand, Prabhu. Just I'm listening, Prabhu.
No problem. Okay. Okay, then Radha Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jara marana mokshaya mama shritya yadanti ye te brahma tadvidu krishnam adhyatmam karma chakhilam.
Very good. Hari, translation.
Krishna. Translation. Intelligent persons who are endeavoring for liberation from old age and death take refuge in me in devotional service. They are actually Brahman because they entirely know everything about transcendental activities. Hare Krishna.
So intelligent persons who are endeavoring for liberation from old age and death take refuge in me in devotional service. They are actually Brahman because they entirely know everything about transcendental activities. So
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I
yes.
have a doubt from the previous verse, Prabhuji.
Yes, tell me.
Prabhuji, Yamuna is the daughter of Krishna, right? Because all rivers are Krishna's daughters and all tirthas are Krishna's sons.
We are all Krishna children only in that sense. Not only Yamuna, you, me, everyone. Okay, from that perspective, yes, you are right. But otherwise, in this material world, okay, when she has come through the sun god, sun god, yeah.
Prabhu, then who is the daughter of river Ganga, Prabhu?
Ganges actually, she had come from, she was an Apsara, I think. Apsara. The previous life, she was an Apsara, I think. And Ashtavasus had a, in that Bhishma, her son, Bhishma. So there was some story, I don't remember exactly. So they had abducted Kamadhenu from Vashishta. Okay. So this one of the Ashtavasu, that is, what is his name? Dyuti, I don't know, Dyuti, something like that. Okay. So there is some connection between that Dyuti in the previous life of Bhishma in this, higher planetary system, and Ganga Devi also. So Ganga also comes in the form of Ganga. So there are different stories related to that. Ganga actually comes from the toe of Lord Vishnu when he took the Vamana Avatara. Okay, that is there. But there is other related story also when she comes and she gives birth. She gives birth to 8 children. She delivers, actually. Delivers. And who's the this thing husband?
Shantanu.
Shantanu. Okay, so that also there are so many stories related. But in fact, Lord Krishna's Viraja, she is part of the Viraja river in the spiritual world. Okay, so she comes only when Lord Vamana Avatara comes. He pierces the outer covering of the material world and comes to the Brahmaloka. And from Brahmaloka, she doesn't want to come. But then Bhagiratha brings down. And because of the force, it cannot stand the force. The Lord Shiva takes it on his head. That's why his name is Gangadhara, one who wears Gangadhara also. Like that she comes. So many stories related that.
And Prabhuji, King Bhagirath,
to save the ancestors.
Yeah. That's why it's called Bhagirathi.
Yeah. So it is also named Bhagirathi because King Bhagiratha brought Ganga down to, what you call, save the ancestors from the Padala. Okay. So his ancestors, Bhagiratha's ancestors, Dilip and others tried, but she did not come. Okay. But Bhagiratha tried and she came to this because everybody in this material world, if they take bath, they will get moksha. And she doesn't want to get contaminated of this this material world, people's sinful reactions. That's why when we go take bath, she is getting contaminated. And who purifies that?
Sadhus, Prabhuji.
Sadhus.
The Nagas, when they take bath in time of Kumbha and all that.
Yeah, when sadhus take bath, she gets purified. Okay.
Prabhuji, also they were telling like if we are going to any dham, if we see any river or something, we should not directly take bath. Even when we go to Vrindavan, also Radha Kund, Shama Kund, devotees should not take bath. They should only sprinkle the water on their head.
Yeah.
So like that, and is it true, Prabhuji?
Yeah, especially Radha Kund, Sham Kund and all, we should not take bath because even Prabhupada has told us not to, especially Radha. But Ganga, no problem. Ganga just first, pay obeisances, sprinkle some water on her, then you can take bath. Ganga is okay, no problem. But Radha Kund, Sham Kund, yes, the Prabhupada has prohibited us.
Okay, Prabhu. Some devotees are telling like you will get so much of mercy if you take in the Radha Kund, Sham Kund. Some devotees are telling like that. Some people are telling it is completely happens. So we really confused when we go to Vrindavan, Prabhu.
That's when we have to listen to our gurus. Then Srila Prabhupada, our ISKCON founder Acharyas, told us not to do, that means not to do. Let any devotee say anything. Krishna very clearly says, as far as we are concerned, there are so many people who takes bath, but as far as we are concerned, we have no qualification to take bath in Sham Kund and Radha Kund, but just touch the water, sprinkle it and leave. But Ganga, yes, Ganga, we can go and take bath. There is no. Even Srila Prabhupada himself has taken bath in Ganga along with the devotees.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
They say that in on the night of Bahulashtami,
Yeah.
you can take a dip in the Radha Kund. So that was we are not doing, Prabhuji.
Not for us. We have been. But there are people are still doing. See,
Yeah,
many people.
there are people who
but
are
for
doing,
us,
but we are
for
not.
us the
Even on
instruction.
that day, we are not doing.
For us, the instruction is that, so we have to
But
just
then in the
follow.
Puranas, it is given, no, Prabhuji.
Puranas it is given, but who is guiding us from the Purana? Purana, many things have been given, but who is the guiding factor? As far as we are concerned, our gurus, our spiritual master, our acharya. So we are following Prabhupada, we have to just follow him because he knows our condition in the material world, in this Kali Yuga. We are of what mentality or of that, what state we are. So Prabhupada and our Guru Maharaj all says, no means no. Maybe Purana says so many things. Purana will say, and Vedas means good, bad and ugly. Vedas means not only the good portion, there are other portions. So fruitive activities is there. Okay, Dhyana Kanda is there, Karma Kanda is there, Jnana Kanda is there, Bhakti Kanda, everything is there. Upasana Kanda, everything is. But what is best? Upasana. I mean the Bhakti. Okay, so that is why we need guidance from the spiritual masters. So when we have somebody superior to us, we have to always check with them. So whimsically, we have read some sloka in somewhere, and we should not jump into that. So we should consult. Yes, is it, especially when it is a doubtful one. Otherwise, okay, we have to follow the scriptures. There is nothing. But there are some area which we have to be very, very careful. On our own accord, whimsically, we should not. Some such critical areas. We should not take it as sentimentally or emotionally. We should consult senior devotees or what is Prabhupada's views on this, or what our Guru Maharaj says on this. So that is better to follow their instruction instead of getting to all these things. Many devotees still, when you go, hundreds of people taking bath. So we'll think, oh, these people are taking bath. Why not me? So what is the instruction given to us by Prabhupada? You just follow that. So there is no risk involved. That is the reason. Birth, death, old age, and diseases affect this material body, but not the spiritual body. There is no birth, death, old age, and disease for the spiritual body. So one who attains a spiritual body becomes one of the associates of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and engages in eternal devoted service is really liberated. So once we transcend this material nature, gets a spiritual body. What is our duty? To serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We don't merge with the Supreme Brahman. Okay. No, in this translation also, this is a Brahman. We are called Brahman. What does it mean? Brahman means we are spirit. We are not Parabrahman. We are Brahman. We are not Parabrahman. Brahman means, in this context, is spirit. So we are all spirit. But unfortunately, we have a material body now. So when we relinquish this material body, gets a spiritual body, then we can start serving the Supreme Lord in the pure mode of goodness eternally. So as long as we are having this material body, our service to the Supreme Lord will be in any of the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tama. Okay. So one has to rise from these three modes and transcend ourselves to the pure mode of goodness. From there, the pure devotional service starts. So when we get the spiritual body at the end of the day. So who attains a spiritual body becomes one of the associates of Supreme Personality of Godhead and engages in eternal devotional service is really, so he is the person who is liberated, who transcends these three modes of material nature. Aham Brahmasmi. That means I am spirit. Aham Brahma Asmi. I am spirit. It is said that one should understand that he is Brahman, spirit soul. So in this Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, Sarvam Khalvidam, this everything they misinterpret the other school of thoughts. Tattvamasi, I am that, means I am God. Okay, and Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. What does it mean? I am spirit. That's all. Nothing else. I am not God. So it is said that one should understand that he is Brahman. Brahman means spirit, spirit soul. This Brahman conception of life is also in devotional service as described in this verse. The pure devotees are transcendently situated on the Brahman platform, and they know everything about transcendental activities. The pure devotees who have transcended the three modes situate themselves in the pure mode of goodness. So that is a liberated platform. So in the liberated platform, the pure devotional service can be performed. Four kinds of impure devotees who engage themselves in the transcendental service of the Lord achieve their respective goals, and by the grace of the Supreme Lord, when they're fully Krishna conscious, they actually enjoy spiritual association with the Supreme Lord. But those who are worshippers of demigods never reach the Supreme Lord in his supreme planet. So it's very clear, time and again, in various purports, Prabhupada writes it, makes it very clear, and even Lord Krishna makes it very clear. As instructed to Arjuna, Yanti Deva Vrada Devan, Yanti Pradarvada. Okay, so in that ways also. So what is our destination? When we worship the demigods, we will go only to the demigod. When we worship Pitrus, we will live with them. Okay, when we worship ghosts and spirits, we'll go to their abode. When we worship the Supreme Lord Krishna, we'll go to his abode, Param Dhama. So it's not that you do whatever you like and you will ultimately you will reach the Supreme abode. No. When you take a ticket from Mumbai to Chennai, you can only go in that sector. You cannot go to Himalaya with that ticket. Is it clear? So when we pray, when we worship Supreme Lord Krishna, we'll be eligible to attain him, not otherwise. Yes, Krishna says that indirectly he is fixing our mind in the worship of that particular demigod. He only fixes because we want it. That is our desire. So he says Tathastu. It's not that Krishna is forcing us to worship. It is our desire to worship in a particular mode, and that he awards. But what is the result? He very clearly says that. So even the less intelligent Brahman realized persons cannot reach the supreme planet of Krishna, known as Goloka Vrindavana. Only persons who perform activities in Krishna consciousness, Ma Ashritya, are actually entitled to be called Brahman, because they are actually endeavoring to reach the Krishna planet. Such persons have no misgivings about Krishna, and thus they are factually Brahman. Those who are engaged in worshipping the form of Archa of the Lord, or who are engaged in meditation of the Lord simply for liberation from material bondage, also know by the grace of the Lord the purports of Brahman, Adhibhuta, etc., as explained by the Lord in the next chapter. So any points in this?
Prabhuji, I have only one doubt here, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
So, Prabhuji, actually, whenever we go India or something, we are following 100% Krishna conscious, Prabhuji. But whenever we go there, our parents or my Prabhu's parents are saying like whatever you are following, let you follow. At least once you go to Kuladeva temple, and as a respect, you should go there. For your first son or daughter, you should do the munda. These kind of things they are forcibly doing, Prabhu. Even that desire is not in our heart. Also, we are doing that. So how to overcome this situation, Prabhuji, in this case?
No problem, Mataji. You go and ask for Krishna Prema. Okay?
Sure, that is what we are doing, Prabhuji, but full-heartedly we are not going, Prabhu. Even though Devi or Devatas, but we are not going full-heartedly, Prabhu. Even I may think it is a sin kind of thing, Prabhu. Because arguments only, Prabhu, we should not go. Then forcibly we are going. Our heart is not even accepting that, Prabhuji. Just for a namesake.
It's not a sin, Mataji. If it is a Kula Devada and authorized deities, if they're authorized, there are Durgas, Lord Shiva, and so many other, So if they are authorized, not to some so-called Babas and all, there you can test a few. But if they're authorized deities, deities of Parvati, I mean, Saraswati, Ganapati, all demigods, okay, authorized. You can do that and pray for spiritual advancement to get Krishna Prema. There's nothing wrong in that. So you just to please them also. There's nothing wrong in going to our Kuladevada. But only thing is you should understand they are, authorized deities.
Sure, Prabhuji.
Okay, not that, some people will compel us to go to some Baba who shows some magic. That all you should avoid, because we know there is, it's not substantiated by any scriptures. There are so many such personalities who show some magic, who has some power. Definitely, we don't deny that. That power is because of their previous some karma. They have got some magical power, some mystic power. Yes, we don't deny that. But that is not our goal. That is not our way. Let them do magic. Let them attract some people. But we know the highest truth. So let us stick to that. But if they are authentic, you can go and pray to that Devi or Deva to give us, help us to handle. Even gopis, they have gone to Katyayani temple. What for? Asking Krishna to become their husband. So whoever can give Krishna prema, you can approach them and request. There is no harm in that.
Sure, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So those who are engaged in worshipping the form of Archa, we read that, okay? So any other points?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Same Sita Mata also did Prabhu in Ramayana, means Gauri Puja before the marriage.
And Lord Rama himself worshipped Lord Shiva.
Lord Shiva, yes, Prabhu.
So there's nothing wrong. So these are all setting examples. So we should take in the right perspective, because at least we know what is what. But others, they consider themselves, that is the top. That is one mistake they're doing. But unfortunately, it takes time, because they're all influenced by certain modes of material nature. So it takes time for them. We cannot, at least they're doing something. The only thing is, accepting somebody not non-authorized people. So that is taking a wrong turn. It's a wrong way of doing worship. That's all. That we have to be careful. Next. Sadhi bhutadi devam mam sadhiyatnyam cha ye viduhu prayana kale pichamam te vidur yukta chetasam. Radha Lakshmi Mataji, you can read now from this.
Prabhu, let me bring the book, Prabhuji, because
It is
it's all
There on the screen.
on the screen. It is there.
screen. I couldn't able to see, Prabhuji.
You cannot see?
No, Prabhu. I connected by my mobile, Prabhuji.
Okay. No problem. Then I will ask somebody else to read. No problem. You don't take trouble. Mayuri Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Sadi bhutadi devam mam sadi yagyam cha ye vidu prayana kale api cha mam te vidur yukta chetasah.
Translation, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Those in full consciousness of me, who know me, the Supreme Lord, to be the governing principle of the material manifestation of the demigods and of all method of sacrifice, can understand and know me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even at the time of death. Hare Krishna.
Those in full consciousness of me, who know me, the Supreme Lord, to be the governing principle of the material manifestation of the demigods and of all methods of sacrifice, can understand and know me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even at the time of death. Persons acting in Krishna consciousness are never deviated from the path of entirely understanding Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the transcendental association of Krishna consciousness, one can understand how the Supreme Lord is the governing principle of the material manifestation and even of the demigods. Gradually, by such a transcendental association, one becomes convinced of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that at the time of death, such a Krishna conscious person can never forget Krishna. Naturally, he is thus promoted to the planet of the Supreme Lord Goloka Vrindavana. So he is here. It is discussed about the pure devotees, who are totally in Krishna consciousness. They will be able to remember the Lord Krishna by his mercy. So they will be promoted to the planet of Supreme Lord Goloka Vrindavana. So one more thing I want to stress here, there are different types of worship in different modes. Worship in the mode of goodness and passion and what you call
Ignorance.
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 Okay, so we should be careful not to go to any place which are in the mode of ignorance at least, and passion also. We should go only to the place of worship where it is in the mode of goodness. There are many places where you will find that they are they are serving liquor, non-vegetarians, and many other activities, which are in the mode of ignorance and passion. So we should try to avoid such places. So in the name of worship, they are doing so many such illicit activities. We should be very careful not to go there, because we are contaminating our consciousness also when we go there. So worship, we should do in the mode of goodness at least. Okay. The 7th chapter particularly explains how one can become a fully Krishna conscious person. The beginning of Krishna consciousness is association of persons who are Krishna conscious. Such association is spiritual and puts one directly in touch with the Supreme Lord. And by his grace, one can understand Krishna to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So one of the main element is that association of devotees. So when we have the right association, so we are in the safe hands. So that is what we have to take care of. We should not fall in the wrong hands. We should choose the good devotees for our association. Such association is spiritual and puts one directly in touch with the Supreme Lord, and by his grace, one can understand Krishna to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. At the same time, one can really understand the constitutional position of the living entity and how the living entity forgets Krishna and becomes entangled in the material activities. By gradual development of Krishna consciousness, in good association, the living entity can understand that due to forgetfulness of Krishna, he has become conditioned by the laws of material nature. He can also understand that this human form of life is an opportunity to regain Krishna consciousness, and that it should be fully utilized to attain the costless mercy of the Supreme Lord. So we have now forgotten, Supreme Lord, and we have forgotten our relationship with the Supreme Lord. That's why we have become conditioned and we are suffering this material nature. Once we revive this relationship, we can regain Krishna consciousness, and that is sufficient for us to get the mercy and go back home, back to Godhead. So without the mercy and compassion of the saintly personalities, the Vaishnavas, it is not possible. So we need to associate with good devotees, Vaishnavas, so that we will achieve what we are supposed to achieve in this human form of life. So many subjects have been discussed in this chapter. The man in distress, the inquisitive man, the man in want of material necessities, knowledge of Brahman, knowledge of Paramatma, liberation from birth, death, and diseases, and worship of the Supreme Lord. However, he who is actually elevated in Krishna consciousness does not care for the different processes. He simply directly engages himself in activities of Krishna consciousness and thereby factually attains constitutional position as an eternal servitor of Lord Krishna. So many subjects matters have been discussed in detail, not only in this chapter but throughout Bhagavad Gita. But at the end of the day, many ways and many processes, okay, and many details have been given. But what we are supposed to take, that is also Lord Krishna says, Bhakti Marga, Bhakti Yoga, associate with pure devotees. By associating with pure devotees, we'll imbibe their quality and we can transcend the modes of material nature and we can go to the Vaikuntha Dhama or spiritual abode. So many ways and many processes and many details have been given. But what we are supposed to take as devotees, those who want to get out of this material entanglement, so for them, very clarity has been given. So in such a situation, he takes pleasure in hearing and glorifying Supreme Lord in pure devotional service. So as we said, The Vedas means dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Okay, so it is given dharma, artha, kama, moksha, everything. There are fruity activities there. It's not contempt. But what is the this thing? What you call bad effects of fruity activities? We have to come back. Do we want to come back? No. Mataji's, Prabhuji's, any one of you want to come back? Nobody wants to come back. If you ask some people, yes, I want to come back. Why should I not come back? I want to enjoy. No, many people say that. If you ask, of course, those who doesn't have any background of spiritual knowledge, they say, yes, definitely, I want to come back. I want to enjoy more and more. This will be their statement, isn't it? Have you heard people saying that? But if you ask a devotee, no, I don't want to come back. Come back to this material world. Okay, because although we say, how are you? We say super fine. But are you super fine? That is only coming from the lips. It is not coming from the heart. Okay, so that's why the devotee knows this life is very, very precious, human life. So we have to make use of that. So make the best use of the bad bargain.
And many Maharaj lectures also, Prabhu, and many exalted devotees, they were happily saying, if Krishna is giving permission, if Prabhupada is coming, giving us permission, we are ready to take birth again and again to spread Krishna consciousness. They are really happily, they are saying that, Prabhuji.
Yeah, that is only that platform people. But whereas we are all, trying to somehow, escape this. We are not on that. They are people like Prahlad Maharaj.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, even at the cost of their own inconvenience, they are ready to help others. Are we on that platform, Mataji?
No, Prabhu.
So this somehow or other we have to, get out of this.
Exactly,
just like in the morning, we are all chanting 16. Oh, finish. Somehow finish. We don't have the taste. But as a duty, we are doing it. But those saintly personalities, not limited to 16 rounds, 24 hours they are chanting Haridas Thakur non-stop. Can we do that? For them, yes. They are ready to come and help others, even at the cost of their own inconveniences. But unfortunately, we are, at least I am so fallen, somehow or other we have to escape. I cannot say about others. So this is, our condition. We don't want to come back. And of course, when by God's grace, any one of us, on that cadre, that, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Shashram also says that wherever you put me, you make me broken hearted, you put me hell, but I want to become the, servant of the servant, and to be at the dust of your lotus feet. Now, these are all definitely good for reading and reciting, but to come to that platform, yes, definitely. So these are all, really such great personalities. So we have, there are living legends like that in our own movement. There are so many acharyas, so many maharajas who are living, for others' sake, not taking care of their inconveniences. Isn't it? There are many acharyas, many maharajas, even in ISKCON. Isn't it? So this determined faith is called Dhradavrata. And it is the beginning of Bhakti Yoga or transcendent loving service. That is the verdict of all scriptures. This 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is the substance of that conviction. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports to 7th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of knowledge of the Absolute. So this deals about the knowledge of the Absolute. Okay. So I think we'll stop here. It is 8:67. So next is we are starting 8th chapter. And what is the next chapter? Attaining the Supreme. Attaining the Supreme. So I'll stop the sharing. Please put on your videos. You can see each other. And any comments, any questions? Somebody wants to share something, another 5-10 minutes max? We can do. Hare Krishna, Deepti Mati Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Dana Pranam. Yes, somebody wants to share something, comment something? Krishna Nataraj Prabhu is there, Mataji?
No, Prabhu, still he's in office, Prabhuji.
Anything you want to contribute? Sachi Mataji, Mayuri Mataji, Prabhus?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I just have a request, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhu, after you stopped giving us verses, I stopped learning verses, Prabhu. I'm so fallen. Please help me, Prabhu.
We are giving this verse on Sunday class, right? Sunday class, yes. So I will repeat that. The same.
After that, I have not read the verses, Prabhu.
Okay. No problem. We'll repeat in the other classes because some of you are not attending all the classes. So that's the reason. Because Sunday classes I am giving regularly. They have started now. I mean, recently we have started about a couple of classes back. Now we can continue this Thursday and Tuesday also.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So now I can.
Also, you can by heart Mehana's verse also.
Mehana's also are given verses. The children are also given verses. You can learn that also. Anyway, now for the next class, I can give one verse. That is, what verse can 4 point. So let it go in the same manner.
4.11 ആയിരുന്നു പ്രഭുജി.
4.9. What was the shloka, Mataji?
That
4.11.
Never. What is it? Tell me, Parth.
ये तथा माम प्रपद्यन्ते.
Ye tamam prapadyante. Recite that. Just recite it full. Come here. Parth.
ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तां सतैव भजाम्यहं मामा वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्य पार्थ सर्वशः.
Not mama.
Mama Vartamanu Vartande.
Okay.
Very good.
Haribol. Good. Parth. So you also learn this for next class. Okay, I'll ask you.
Okay.
Okay, Maji, so 4.11. Ye thamam prapadyante. Okay, all of you. So Thursday also we'll give the same sequence will go, so that will be easy. Okay, Mataji. So anything else? So how is the Damodara month going on? Any Damodara Aarti have you done to your friends or somebody?
Prabhu, I was able to give here in Abu Dhabi to Malayali family, Prabhu.
Very good. Okay, I forgot to tell you that I have started one Malayalam class for new devotees Saturday 7 to 8. If any Malayali new families of the new devotees wants to join, they can join. Just one class is finished last Saturday. Saturday 7 to 8. There are 4 devotees came. I don't know how many weeks they will be staying with me. But if you have somebody Malayali speaking families or even bachelors or spinsters or whoever it is, so they can ask to join if they are interested. 7 to 8 every Saturday, 7 to 8. Only one class is over.
Sure, Prabhuji.
And Mayuri Mataji,
Neighbor can join.
your neighbors, if they are interested.
Yeah. I don't know, Prabhuji, because she's busy. Yes.
Can check her with her.
I will check her, Prabhuji.
If it's
I
only
will tell.
only 1
I will
hour,
tell.
7 to 8 Saturday. So if it is more, it will be good if they are interested.
Yes, Prabhuji. Sure.
Okay.
Saturday. It is on
Saturday.
Saturday, Prabhuji.
Yes, Saturday, 7 to 8, evening 7 to 8.
Okay, bro.
Sachi Mataji also, just keep in mind, somebody is interested.
Yes, Prabhuji. One person is into Chinmaya mission, Prabhuji, but they are keeping the lamp and they are reading Bhagavad Gita, everything. The other person, I can tell because Saturday is an off for her. I know that, so I can just inform them.
I'm taking that Malayalam module now. Okay.
Okay.
So slowly, after some time we'll make it alternate, the module and the Bhagavad Gita, like that I'm planning. After, when they get some foundation. It's not necessary.
Prabhuji, you are taking the Bhakti Vriksha module?
Yeah, Bhakti Vriksha Malayalam module.
Okay, Prabhuji. There is one Malayali Mataji, I'll get in touch with her. She's
Okay.
new to, she wanted Damodar Arti. So I will ask her also whether she's interested in joining this.
Okay, sure, Mataji. Please inform me so that,
Yeah, definitely.
So Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Pancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः
Ananta Kodi Vaishnava ki, Prabhupada ki, Guru Maharaj ki, Jai Go Premanande.
हरि हरि बोल
Hare Bol. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna. Yes, Hare Krishna Mataji.
tomorrow is Ekadashi.
Tomorrow is Ekadashi. Tomorrow Ekadashi. So make a Ekadashi feast. We are all coming there.
Sure, Prabhuji. Please, most welcome, Prabhuji. please, all of you come.
Okay, thank you, Radharashmi Mataji, for joining.
Thanks a lot, Prabhu. Hereafter, I will continue this class, Prabhu. I really do not want to miss it, Prabhu.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Welcome, Mataji. Hare
Welcome,
Krishna.
Mataji. We can also see you.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. I am ending it.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.